Oh. I'll play Rock the Casbah.
Alright. I guess stop laughing. Okay. Alright, welcome to watching Stranger Things episode 2, season 1, episode 2, with my dad, who was an 80s, well, he graduated in the 80s. So
The 1980s.
he's gonna call out all the inaccuracies in the show. And
not the 1880s.
Not the 1880s. So we're gonna go ahead and just hop into watching episode 2. This kid's like love at first sight. I saw a girl. I love her.
You don't want to close?
I want privacy.
Our houses become Alcatraz. Exactly. We'll never find Will. Alright, here's the plan. Sleep here tonight.
This kid is just so obsessed with that she was gonna take her clothes off.
I didn't want her in my house.
I don't know why, like, he's so against things. Lucas, I think?
I don't like his friends at all, man.
No, I don't like him, to be honest. He doesn't exactly improve as a character throughout the seasons.
His kids must be good actors because I don't like them. Right?
Yeah, if they were just like bad actors, you would be like,
yeah, it's like, yeah,
would that be more noticeable?
Yeah,
They're they're annoying little shits. Yeah. That's what they are. They are actually.
It's gonna kind of be easy for kids to be jerks, though, right? Just be the biggest jerk you know. Just imitate him. Okay. My dad. That's easy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the other house though.
Hopper, it was not a prank. It was.
See, she's playing the. Come on, believe me. I'm not crazy here.
Bonnie's the dad, right?
Yeah, the douchebag.
You know, if Will's there, it means he ran away. And if he sees the cops, he'll think he's in trouble. He'll hide. You know, he's good at hiding.
Yeah? Well, cops are good at finding, okay? Stay here with your mom.
Were Eggos very popular in the 80s?
I have no idea.
I know they were popular in the 90s because I remember seeing the commercials. Let go, my Eggo!
He's taking those for her, right?
Just on again. Human anatomy.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
It's like she was gonna tell on him and he was gonna tell on her, so they both don't tell on each other.
Hey, you found my supercom. Pretty cool, huh? I talked to my friends with it. Mostly Lucas, because he works so.
Did people have super comms and they...
Walkie-talkie with a range of about a mile.
For some reason, it never has enough range. A mile's a long time, and they're like, oh, we're out of range. And I'm like, how big is your town? Like, what the hell?
You gotta do it on radio. Let's go behind the building.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not that great. In movies, radios are always better than they are in real life.
Who are you in trouble with?
IRS.
They'll shoot you with their finger guns.
It was my son. I know it. And
At least they have an albino in the case, huh?
This is the head scientist guy. A ghoulie, I guess. Is that what you would say?
Yeah.
A ghoulie?
He looks like
80s lingo.
He looks like an albino Will Ferrell.
Got one step from falling off the edge. She's been a few steps for a while now, hasn't she? Kid's missing, man. Show a little class. All right, come on, let's go.
Small town rumors. She was already crazy to begin with.
The chief and her screwed before, huh?
Jeez, man.
This guy has social problems.
Well, it's a good thing they're on the job, huh? I know we're supposed to be cops looking for a kid, but we'll just stand here on a hill and yell for him and talk gossip.
My dad has left town on a conference, and my mom's gone with him because, you know, she doesn't trust him.
Good call.
This is the 80s right here. This is it right here. Every 80s movie, coming of age movie. Every single one.
Yeah, but is it real life, the 80s? No. People
I
didn't
didn't live
talk on
this
the corner
life,
of the hallway?
but every 80s movie has this.
Yes.
Big house, no parents. We're going to have a party. We won't get caught. Every one of them.
How much you want to bet he killed him?
I killed my own little brother because I'm an outcast. That's the only options. No logic there, just bigotry, I guess. Not like us, he doesn't go to parties and get drunk. He goes to his job that he has to go to so his mom can afford rent.
I got to say, Indiana's popular kids seem a little below average.
Oh, were your popular kids incredibly,
No, we didn't have popular kids.
You
Our
have a
school was too
bully?
small. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, bullies had bullies. Yeah, for sure.
when I'm
just
growing
saying.
up, the bully was usually the popular kid, so.
This high school seems a tad bigger than my high school. My graduating class is like 42.
He plays basketball, though.
Oh no, not that. Who plays basketball?
The dude that's trying to get in Mike's sister's pants.
That's a little bit less descriptive, I hoped.
The guy with the hair, his hair. You know, he has the.
Yeah, God.
That's his whole selling point in this entire show is that he's the guy with the hair. That's his character. I
Okay,
mean,
got you.
he does things, right? But mostly he's the guy with the hair.
Mhm.
That's his foundation.
Man, I don't like either one of these kids.
That's why they're not the leader of the group. It's Mike who's the leader.
Oh,
Mike's not very likable though. He's
I'm
kind of just like, I would say Mike just walks into stuff and is like, oh, stuff is happening to me.
Poor Will should have had better friends.
This is my living room. It's mostly just for watching TV. Nice, right? It's a 22-inch. That's like 10 times bigger than Dustin's.
22-inch TV.
Wait, did it have rabbit ears
Rabbit ears.
What are your
on the TV?
Oh, yes, they did. It was what he was setting up in episode 1. The rabbit ears.
You know they did make antennas you can install outside. So, I mean, if you live in a city, it's cool because everything's close. You can pick it up with rabbit ears. But if you live
Trust me, okay?
30 miles from the city, you ain't getting rabbit ears. How poor are you that you're using rabbit ears?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't have an
And
analog
there's-
box?
You don't even have the outdoor antenna you can hook up to.
Yeah. Somehow they're able to afford a radio, like record player.
Yeah, it's your standard console type stereo.
Yeah, really. All the best stuff's on there. Joy Division, Bowie.
This came out in '83. That's accurate. It's a Clash, Combat Rock.
Our dad's a shitty dad. Just accept it.
People tell you you're supposed to. Okay? Especially not him. You like the Clash? For real?
For real. Definitely.
Dude, I was the only kid in my class that liked the Clash.
Well, that's why they're outcasts, right? They're like the Clash.
Only band that matters. That's what they called themselves. But again, they had the best album of the '80s, London Calling. Not a bad song on it. It's double album.
But they're also British, right? So
Yeah,
was
they're
it
British
harder
and
to
they
get British?
they're British and they made no money. So, yeah.
But somehow they made it to America.
Oh yeah, they made
Music.
their money. They've never made any money.
Okay, that looks like $22.56.
Yeah, you know,
That's so expensive.
my money.
I looked up the inflation for the 80s to now.
Yeah.
That phone is like $80 or something.
Did you know that until like 1982 or 80, fairly recently, you could not buy a telephone. You had to rent it from the phone company,
Oh,
and
really?
it had to be what? Yeah, you did. Yeah,
So
it
this
was
is
only
unrealistic?
no.
Oh, okay.
By 1983, you could buy a phone, but before I think it was 81 even,
Yeah.
you couldn't buy a phone in a store. You had to
You
rent
had
it
to
from the
rent
phone
it from
company.
the company.
From the phone company. That's the only way. They broke up AT&T's monopoly, and that's what got rid of it. That whole thing. AT&T owned every phone company and every phone in the company. That's what's known as an illegal monopoly, so they had to break it up.
I need this phone and a pack of Camels.
I can see the pack of Camels.
I can see the pack of Camels. Yeah, she smokes a lot in this show.
Okay, if the Camels have a filter on them, just warning you, if the Camels have a filter on them, that did not exist in 1983.
Oh, you had
Camels
to roll
were
your own cigarettes in the 80s?
No, they were unfiltered. They were just
Oh,
unfiltered
right.
cigarettes. No filter.
God.
Just tobacco, paper.
No wonder people got lung cancer.
Marlboro Man died of cancer. First one. I like how they're in hazmat suits now, right?
It's because of the weird alien creature.
It's
I have
just
no
so
idea.
weird, right? They're outside in hazmat suits. They know exactly where he disappeared.
They can sense the weird goo.
Yep.
He can use the Force to move things with his mind. Like this.
I swear Star Wars didn't come out till 87, but...
Star Wars was like 77.
Oh, no, you're right. It was 7.
They had already made 3 Star Wars by 83. These kids will more likely be in 18. No, Star Wars is a generation before them.
Yeah.
As far as, you know.
But there wasn't a lot of nerdy things, so maybe they just...
If you had an older brother, but you're 6 years removed from that big peak.
In here. I'll be right back, okay? Please,
You know she don't like being locked up, man.
find you. Do you understand? I won't tell her about you. I promise. Promise? It means something that you can't.
Yeah, I've always wanted a girl in my closet. That guy dresses like he's going to a fashion show. Papa! Wait a minute, that wasn't her father, was it?
No, it's not really her father. I don't think so. He's... I don't know if you want me to tell you spoilers or not.
Don't tell me spoilers,
Okay.
man. I don't know.
I don't care about... I like knowing spoilers, because then I don't have to get nervous.
Is everything okay? Are you sure?
Just having a mental breakdown, because you locked me in a closet.
That water turns into cement. Hits you like a ton of bricks. Break every damn bone in your body.
No.
Chief, you copy?
Dude is actually
Try-
an idiot. Like...
Chief, we got a call.
Well, one guy's the police, and the other guy's the sheriff.
Yeah, the one, the brown, is the sheriff. I
Yeah,
think.
these guys are the city police, and they're just
No, these
absolute-
guys work in his... They're like...
no, they're the Hawkins
Lieutenants.
City Police, and he's the sheriff for the county. They
Oh,
wear two
okay.
different uniforms.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, and the police are complete fucking idiots.
Suicide?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Missing kid.
Somebody shoots themselves in the head with a silencer, committing suicide. Oh yeah,
Well, mostly dealt with.
small town cops won't know it's from a silencer. Though.
No, I mean, I don't remember when forensic
Well,
science
science.
became
yeah.
a thing, but it's pretty recent.
If you shoot yourself in the head, there's powder burns all over yourself, right?
Yes. I
if
know
you use
that
a
from
silence,
watching
yeah, right.
other
yeah.
TV shows.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have powder burns all over your head, and
On your hands as well.
Right, yeah. So they would have had to shoot him a second time when he's still alive, in the same spot, basically. I don't know.
Cynthia, it's Jonathan, my oldest.
Aren't you a
Your
charmer?
girlfriend doesn't even know your son's, like... You know you're a shitbag if your girlfriend doesn't even know about your children that you had with somebody else. Like,
Is that a girlfriend or just a one night stand?
who knows? I think it's his
Right.
girlfriend though, because in the first episode, that's who was hanging up on her on the phone.
Then why doesn't she tell us?
Is she scared of everything?
Do you know where Will is? Stop it! You're scaring her. She should be scared. If you know.
Damn, get rid of your fucking shitty ass friends.
Mm.
This is not.
Just tell your shitty
I
ass
don't know
friends
why.
anything.
I don't know
man.
why Lucas is like has a stick up his ass. Like the first season.
Both of
he
his
is
friends are
so-
fucking dicks.
Dangerous.
No wonder the bullies always want to kick their ass. They have nothing redeeming about him.
No, no, no. We're going
He's
back
like-
to Plan A. We're telling your mom.
Okay, shitty friend
He's
number one,
like a
shitty
goody
friend number
two
two.
shoes character, you know.
What's that?
Lucas is like a
Ah.
goody two shoes character, right? He doesn't want to get in any trouble.
Yeah.
Follow the rules. I can't blame him.
Yeah.
He's growing up in the 80s, but still. Makes him a bit shitty as a friend, yeah.
Assume she just forgot where he was. You know, he was lost or something.
Yeah, probably just kill that guy right in that spot.
This isn't some joke. Right? There are search parties, reporters.
Hopper's not still chief, is he?
Yeah, he's chief, not sheriff.
Come out here to the city. People more
What city is this? Indianapolis?
I don't know. Is Hawkins a real place? I want to look it up now.
Well, Hawkins ain't a big city.
Yeah, but
And
I
she-
mean, is it a real place?
All I'm saying is maybe
'Cause
Well-
the city could be anywhere, right?
As a
Oh, this
dial
was filmed.
phone.
This was filmed in Georgia.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not snowing. And
They can fix it.
they thought it was a boy because 11
Yeah.
has short hair.
Can you imagine that?
It's a big
Yeah,
red
no.
herring. He thinks they're talking about Will, but they're not talking about
Right.
Will. It wasn't
Short
really
hair.
a boy, it was a girl.
You know, tiny like. I didn't get a good look at him. He was back in the kitchen.
He look like this?
Oh no, that's Lonnie's missing kid.
Lonnie's missing kid? Isn't Lonnie the dirtbag father?
Yeah,
Why do they call him Lonnie's kid?
Could it be Lonnie's kid?
because
You don't
they're
even give a fuck.
they're part of the patriarchy, man. They only
Yeah,
care
I
about
guess
men's
so.
things. They don't care about the women and what they're doing. None of their business.
Winona Ryder must have done some weird shit, right? Everybody doesn't like her. You know, I gotta say, there ain't a lot of sympathetic characters.
What about the little girl? She's done nothing wrong.
That's it,
Something wrong.
really. And Will,
Oh no,
because I don't know shit
and
about Will
Will's
yet.
been kidnapped or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Thank you, sweetie.
I'm trying to work up some sympathy for Winona Ryder, but she seems, I mean, her character seems like she misplaced a lot of her past somewhere.
Like I said, she comes off as incredibly neurotic and just like doesn't
Yeah.
have all her marbles, kind of thing. Even before
Yeah.
her kid went missing, right?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and blame Ronald Reagan in the war on drugs.
It was a fan theory that if Ronald Reagan isn't the enemy at the end of the show, what was the point of making it if he's not the real enemy? Though you could argue he is the enemy because it's the government that's, you know, doing weird telekinesis experiments on children.
Well,
Somebody
again,
gotta sign off on that. Someone.
it's the easiest thing in the world is to make a movie saying the government is doing secret things, because they are doing secret things.
Yeah, what would they
And
be
you're not going to know
transparent?
those secret things. That's why they're secrets.
Until 50 years later when they get unsealed and it's like
you may never know them.
no, there's things that
Yeah.
are by law have to get unsealed, right?
Yeah, Kennedy
After,
thing's
like,
supposed to
50
have been
years.
unsealed, but it hasn't been.
That's how they found out about the Black Panther stuff. Because those
Yeah.
documents were unsealed, and I was like, oh, so they basically set up all those people to go into prison for 50 years.
All I'm saying is some documents are never unsealed.
Okay.
Somebody has to know they actually exist first.
They have to not be burned. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be. Oh, I'm sure they're in existence. There's a law against destroying classified information. Now, how did they not know that was there?
I just never thought about it because it's government land, right?
It's not that well hidden.
It's government land, right? None of our business. Not our jurisdiction or whatever.
No adults.
I've been in enough places that don't officially exist.
Never would have upset you if we knew you had superpowers.
What Dustin is trying.
We only
to
like
say
you
is
because you have superpowers. Otherwise, we wouldn't care.
I would get rid of my shitty ass friends like yesterday.
Well, this is why you
course.
didn't have a lot of friends, because you had very high standards.
It's too late now. They're in on the conspiracy.
Yeah.
But they are freaking seem like the type that would just tell everybody.
You never break your word. It's a bond.
That's super important because
The actor.
Thanks,
Ugh.
Ass.
things that
Thanks for the
touch us.
spit, man.
You know, I'm living in a post-COVID world where I'm like, oh, gross, he spit on his hand. Oh, God, clean your hand. You're gonna get sick.
Tommy and Carol have been having sex since like 7th grade. It'll probably just be like
I can't believe that, by the way. As somebody who was in 7th grade, people having sex since 7th grade is wild to me. And I was born after like the 90s and all that sex craze. 80s? 7th graders were having sex.
Some people repeat the 7th grade like 4 times.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wild to me. Yeah, see, this guy is the rich kid. Look at his house.
It's big. Looks like a barn.
What are you doing? It's crazy.
I love the fact that they're drinking Schlitz.
Is that your Midwest beer?
It's a Milwaukee beer, but it was never really that popular where I was from.
No, so why is it in Indiana? Like
Maybe in the
how did we
early
get there?
set. Who knows? At Chicago, they drink old style, and that stuff tastes
Oh.
like piss. So that's Wisconsin beer too. It's just made in La Crosse.
Well, you guys are the beer experts.
Yeah, I'm just saying Schlitz. It kind of run its course by the '80s. Schlitz malt liquor though was popular.
Maybe it is malt. Can't really see
Nah,
what it
it's
says.
beer. I can tell by the can.
Oh.
I know my beer cans, man. Oh, it's the end of that game. Did you get that?
What?
What?
I know it because I already know the plot.
Oh, okay. But you're looking at it going the same like me. Like, okay, she's with a dragon man.
The Demogorgon. It was from the first episode, right? They were playing D&D, and then he tossed the dice, and the dice fell on the floor. They were fighting the Demogorgon. So that now they're gonna call that monster that we saw in the first episode the Demogorgon.
Ah, right.
I wanna say like the big secret of this show's plot is that they base the plot on actual D&D campaigns from the 80s, right? So it's not 1-to-1, but the things that happen, right? Like the wizard against the
Right. It's a total coincidence, though.
It's like they use D&D as a framing device for the plot.
Right. If you wanted your imagination to run wild, you'd take that run. Go, hey, wow, it's exactly what every time they roll the dice, they're causing some monster to do something. In real life, like, oh god.
I'm more impressive.
He stumbles on their party.
Yeah. Those two
So
have been
the
having
kid
sex in seventh
disappeared.
grade.
His brother disappeared right by their house.
You're not?
You are a cliche. You do realize that.
You are a cliche.
Yeah, see, look, he has the hair. That's his character. That hair swipe thing.
Go not in van.
Okay. Party girl, why don't you just show us how it's done then?
Okay. Okay.
Your pressure sucks, man. Gonna cut herself. I knew it. They always do this in Hollywood.
That's the worst part too. The fold of your thumb.
I'm fine.
Yeah. I know who this is. I'll stop the world and
The
melt
Smiths?
his
I don't
ear.
know. It's not the
No.
Smiths. It's way too happy to be
No.
the Smiths.
It's way too happy to be Morrissey. No, Morrissey's like this. Oh, and that
And our kid's talking to her through a phone. No wonder people think she's crazy.
and the phone is burnt again. And the cop gonna say now, "Oh, your phone got struck by lightning again."
What a coincidence.
Yeah, hell of a thing. There's no storm. Should I go now? Oh, I'll play Rock the Casbah.
This is a really popular song by them.
Decisions bugging me. If you don't want me, set me free.
I think this is just the most popular song they ever released.
No.
No, for people who've never listened to them, this is the one song everyone knows.
Oh, from the Clash?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was on commercials.
Yeah. I know it's the only song I knew for a long time.
This isn't you.
You mean she's growing up because she's in high school? Like, she's not gonna act like a 12-year-old anymore?
I can't work on anything for this girl. The Hollywood trope of the parents just don't give a crap about their big fancy house, right?
Our child would never have a party here. Why would that ever happen?
That's the worst one. Yeah.
I wish.
We worked our whole lives to have this big, expensive house with shit. Go ahead. We'll just leave you alone because we know you're a dipshit. There ain't no way the parents don't know their kid's a dipshit. Just saying. But again, Hollywood gets these ideas in their heads.
Is this like a heated pool? It's September, right? And they're October, November.
Yeah.
It's
leaves
winter
are off
and
the trees.
The
leaves are off the tree. Yeah. There is nobody in Indiana with water in their pool after October. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Even the rich people who go to conferences and
let me go clean all the leaves out of the pool every 15 minutes, right? and by the way, why is there leaves on the trees now? Why were there no leaves on the trees before? Now there's leaves on the trees. Oh shit! Oh no! What do they call that?
Continuity error.
Continuity. There you go. I know I didn't spoil it.
Well, my best friend just got eaten by a monster, but time to get it down.
Suddenly July.
Yeah, suddenly they have a pool in the middle of winter.
I would say the average, unless you're southern Indiana, even then.
No.
The leaves are off the trees in an earlier scene. They didn't come back.
Southern Indiana is like Maryland weather, and that's still like not swimming weather, yeah.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna pick on this shit. You told me to go after the anachronisms.
Yes.
That's not an anachronism. It's just blatantly editing didn't even fucking think of, right? Like
trees with leaves.
Why is there all this green shit, and why is there a pool with water in it? And basically anybody with any sense, when the tree and the leaves start falling, they drain the pool and put a cover on.
What do you think about this episode? Was it more intriguing than the first?
I guess my whole thing with stories that I learned in story writing class was you want to evoke emotions, right? You want people to feel connection to the characters. I'm not feeling any connection to anybody except the little girl and the kid that I don't know anything about. Will
Byers, right?
Yeah, the only people I have any connection to. Everybody else there, and they're probably doing it on purpose, is they're setting it up to be they're just complete idiots, and the government's evil, and they're doing these evil things to these poor little clueless idiots who are just trying to live their lives.
Conspiracy, yeah.
Right, so they got to make them as clueless as possible.
But also, I mean, I would argue you do have a connection to the characters, and that's that they're all people you do not like.
That's not a connection. If I'm not putting the guy who shot the fry cook in the face, if I'm not putting him anywhere morally above anybody else or below anybody else, I'm still trying to sort out who I give a shit about. I mean, as soon as that lady showed up at the diner, I knew she was going to shoot someone. She was too harmless. Can't we just put it in Georgia and say it's in Georgia and not pretend?
I don't know why it has to be a Midwest town.
Yeah. It's dumb. Maybe they couldn't hire enough people with Georgia accents. Maybe when Winona Ryder was under contract, she couldn't fake a Georgia accent. I don't know. But yeah, that's the only. Like you said, like you say, you're looking for the stuff that's doesn't add up. Well, I liked it. I like the show. I want to see what's going on. So, how many seasons do we have? 5?
4. The 5th one is going to come out like next year or something. We'll be waiting a while for that one.
Okay. Well, it'll take us a while to get through all these.
Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels, Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.